I was in need of a day out to clear my head, so when Brian Judd and Bobby Gass called to say both NS 8025, the Monongahela Heritage Unit, and UP 1943, the Spirit of the Union Pacific, were both going to be in Chattanooga on NS today, I headed out to catch them. I met up with the gang in Hickson on the north side of 10 Bridge. Soon after I arrived came the 8025 leading NS 125. .125 is intermodal and auto racks from Kansas City, Missouri to Jacksonville, Florida. In an ironic twist, this was to be the last 125 to come to Chattanooga as the train was being cut back to terminate in Kentucky. My next objective was to find where the 1943 was parked, but we made a side trip over to the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum's main line. Southern Railway 630 was making its first runs since 2019 this weekend, and we all decided to set up at the Missionary Ridge Tunnel to catch her. This tunnel, built in 1858, was on the original Southern Railway main line into Chattanooga before the bypass route was built around it and the line was left abandoned. TVRM acquired the line in the 1960s and still runs through the tunnel to this day. This was my first time filming at the tunnel, and I have to say, it was a good first impression. We then set up for the return trip from East Chattanooga. Lots of other rail fans were out today as well to film the steam engine. For the 2021 season, 630 also has a new whistle on her. On the rear of the train is recently repainted Central of Georgia number 390. This American Car and Foundry Combine was built in 1947 and was used on the famous Nancy Hanks 2 passenger train. It later served as the sound recording car for the original Southern and NS steam programs. Afterwards, we all split up. I ventured over to DeButt's yard to find the 1943, which was parked on the pit at the Locomotive shop. After a short hike up the East 3rd Street Bridge, I found the Silver Veterans Unit. UP 1943 is Union Pacific's military locomotive which honors all branches in its beautiful paint scheme. The unit bears the name of a Boeing B-17 bomber built during World War II with war bonds from Union Pacific employees. It was nice to finally get to see the locomotive in person, even if it was from a distance, but that wind was biting into me the whole time I was on that bridge. After filming the Spirit, I went over to Coffey's Cliff and met up with the gang again. A work train was pulling forward for a switching maneuver in the yard.
Y'all ready to part over?
That's right. I know.
While the Tyner Terminal local was coming out, two SD-40-2s were in charge of the train today. I was happy to see an old Iowa, Chicago, and Eastern flat car in the consist as well. The work train would shove back into the yard and be replaced by another slug set with a cut of cars. The last train of this adventure was this NS Manifest with an SD-70 ACE and an AC-44C6M on La Pointe. That wind was really starting to get to me, so I packed it up and headed for the house. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, at Coffey's Cliff, this is Ravenhawk 6910, signing off.